Hey, welcome to Diversity in Cinema Academy. I'm Theta Catalan, and this is the place to be if you're an indie filmmaker, video creator, or a screenwriter. So this month I am dropping 24 filmmaking tips until Christmas. That's right, 24 tips every single day. Okay, one tip every single day until Christmas. So this video is gonna be all about the hair department. Yeah, so your girl is getting ready, and I'm going to take you through a few tips that can help you when it comes to your film and what you need to be doing in that hair department or managing that hair department. Okay, so the key hairstylist leads the hair department, and usually they have an assistant, but on an ultra low budget film, they typically can't afford to have an assistant. Maybe if you get a volunteer assistant that can help, then that would really work. But other than that, they more than likely are going to be operating on their own. And if you have a super ultra low budget film, then your hairstylist may also double up as your makeup artist. And that's why I said it's best to have a contained film, and you have only like maybe 1, 2, up to maybe 5 characters, because it is really difficult for the hairstylist to do double on a film. Okay, so they have like 1 or 2 characters, boom, 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 they can knock them in and out. Because one thing about a film, your first AD gonna be like, hey, how much longer y'all gonna be? So that's why it's really wise to have 2 different department heads, you know, your makeup artist and your hairstylist. But sometimes you can't afford to do that, and if you have a super like micro low budget film, you might just have to ask the talent, can they do their hair and makeup themselves? And that is okay, because people getting started, a lot of times that's what you have to do. So one of the biggest tips that I want you to walk away with is understanding that the key hairstylist has to work with the production designer and the director so they can bring that vision to life. And what the key hairstylist has to do is to also break down the script, and they will look at each scene and read and get a vibe of what's going on in the scene and understanding what the characters are, and they do that discussion with the production designer and the director. And so this is what helps them determine the look. So if you have a character that is more of a corporate type, maybe they have their hair in like a little short bob, or maybe they have like some little tight bun. That's like for the military as well. Or super glamorous, then maybe they have like all of the weave and the wigs and the, you know, the hair extensions and the hair down their back, you know, and all that stuff to help bring that character to life. And so that is what the key hairstylists do. It's not like they just go up in there and like, hey, I'm just going to do my thing. They have to do a whole complete breakdown. They also, you know, do their own mood boards so they can show the director like,
hey, based off of the vision that you gave me and based off my readings, this is the look that I think that this character should have.
Now, I'm going to go ahead and finish up my hair, and then we're going to get back to this, okay? Another thing that I want you to keep in mind is that the hair department may have to coordinate with the wardrobe department. So say, for instance, if your character needs to wear a, you know, Santa hat, or you have some little antlers, then you will have to coordinate with them, because you need to obviously finish the look to make sure that the character is on point, right? So boom, I'm trying to finish up my look for these videos. So one thing I'm gonna talk about in the scheduling is shooting out of order. Okay? All right, so what y'all think? Hair is done? The look is done? Maybe. Okay, so now that I got this situated, the last tip that I'm going to leave you with is to remember that when the hair department is breaking down the looks and looking at each and every scene, sometimes, like say for instance, if you have, you know, a movie like Krampus, you know, and the character is running and falling and all this kind of stuff, and maybe they did have a little tight updo or whatever, but then they fell and their hair just came down, now it's wild, and they running and all this kind of stuff, and now they sweating and all that. So now you have to think about that look. So they may have went in with nice polished hair, but you got to start thinking about, as the scene progresses, you know, people sweating, the hair getting moist and oily and all that kind of stuff. And so you have to think about those different type of things when creating those looks for the character. So that is my few little tips on the hair department for 24 days until Christmas. Now, I'm curious, like with some of the films that you're creating, or, you know, from some of the ideas that you have thought of, you know, what kind of looks are you thinking about for your characters, and such as hair? And did any of this like inspire you and make you think like out the box on like, oh, okay, I need to do this and get this done in order to make my character really, you know, look the part? So the next thing we're about to get into is I'm gonna finish my look, because if y'all can see, I don't have my lipstick on. I need to do my little finishing touches on my eyes. So we're gonna get into that in the next video. So I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow. Hey, thanks for tuning in to my 24 filmmaking tips till Christmas. If you are enjoying this series, be sure to visit Diversity in Cinema Academy's website, where they have a ton of resources there. If you're interested in leveling up your film business, you can check out my online course,